Page with view. Full screen. Okay, so chapter C now. Pascal's triangle. Now, maybe you don't know the name, but you could have seen this triangle before. Okay, so just to get us started, let's look at some problems. So, for example, 1 plus, or no, let's say x plus y power 0. I haven't done this with you, but does anybody know what power 0 makes? 1. Okay. Now, let's look at the next one. X plus y power 1. What does that equal?
X plus y.
Yeah, it's just x plus y. 1x plus 1y. Okay. The next one. X plus y squared. It's x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. Now, I'll tell you what the next one is. X plus y cubed equals x cubed plus 3x squared y plus 3xy plus y cubed. So anyways, you keep expanding, and what I'm going to do now, you see all those numbers I have highlighted in red? I'm going to put them into a triangle. So 1, 1 and 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, and of course it continues. So I'll just pause there for a minute for you to take all of that down.
Can you just go up?
There's no up.
Oh, okay.
It starts there. Yes. Too bright? What's wrong with it? Too bright, or would it be so dark now? All right, okay.
Yeah.
And what about the one? Like, are you happy with all the lights off? I just thought, okay, it's fine. I'm worried people will fall asleep now. No? Okay. Oh, I hope the sound was on. Okay. Right, can I scroll down a bit? So anyways, if we were to look at this triangle, do we notice any pattern that's happening? Yeah, well, you have, yeah, that's right, that one there. Firstly, there's all ones down the side, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if I was to guess the next one, I feel like I should have a 1 and a 1 at the end, right?
1, 4, 4, 1. 6.
Yeah, hold on. Let me explain how to get that, okay?
Some of the two numbers above.
Yes, if you think about it like this number 3 here is the same, yes?
Shouldn't it be 3xy2 plus y2?
Sorry, I left out a square here. Thank you. If you look at this number 3 here, notice how it's the same as 1 plus 2 above it. Okay? If you look at this 3 here, the 2 plus 1 above it makes it. If you look at this 2 here, the 1 and the 1 makes the 2 here. Okay? So, think about it like this. You all do biology, right? Yes? So, mother, father, together makes child. Right? Okay? So, mother, father, child. Mother, father, child. Okay? Can't make it simpler than that. So if I was to do the next row, 1 and 1, okay? Mother, father, child. Mother, father, child. Mother, father, child. Mother, father, child. And it continues like this. So write down this triangle so far, please. And what what I'd like everybody to do is to write down the next row. So when you write down this triangle, try to figure out the next row. Is that okay? Do we have the next row, or do you need a minute? Yeah, you're still writing, okay. Yes? Next row, I first would need 1 and 1 at the ends. Okay, what number goes here? 6, 15, 20, 15, 6. Yep. Okay, that's great, but how do we actually use this to help us? So we'll look at a problem now. Can I go down to an example now? Yes? Okay. I'll need the triangle here to help me. So for example, let's say I want to calculate x plus y power 4. This here is called row 0, row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, and row 6. So step 1, you look at the power. What's the power here? 4. So you go to row 4, which has the 4 in it at the start. So that's row 4. So highlight that. That's what you want. Okay. Then what you do, equals, I write down all of these numbers. 1, space, 4, space, 6, space, 4, space, 1. So far okay? Yes? So all I've done is copied this row down here. Then what I do, I look at the first term, that's called x, and then I'll write that, oops, I'll put that in all of these. X, 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 x. I start here, x power 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, next I'll look at the other number. Here is y. So maybe in a different color. I write in all the y's. Y, 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 and y. And I do my powers again, except I start at the back. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Finally, I look at the sign. Here is plus. That's easy. That just means I put plus in between all of these.
Isn't it the opposite?
Now, in fact, it's the same answer. It doesn't matter which way around to do your x and y. Do you mean like I should have x4 here?
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, exactly the same answer. It's
So it doesn't matter if I get my answer if I wrote the opposite way.
doesn't matter at all. If you have here x4, x3, x2, x1, doesn't matter. The key thing is that the powers, if this starts at 0, then the other one starts at 4. That's all that matters. Okay? Right. And by the way, if you want convincing of the reason why, what's x plus y? That's the same as y plus x, isn't it? So So the x and y can swap with no consequence. Okay. What is x power 0? 1. 1 times 1? 1. So here is just y power 4. Okay, x1 is just x, so that would be 4xy cubed plus 6x squared y squared plus 4x cubed y, and then y0? 1. And that's the answer then. I actually haven't given you the vocabulary here, but what's the name of this thing here? Does anyone know? It's called a binomial, yeah. Is that okay? I'm going to do one that's a little bit more difficult now. I'm going to do one that has a minus and maybe has like a 2x instead of just an x, okay? So just, are you ready to see another example? Okay. Now to make, I'll do the same, power 4. Okay, so let's say x plus, sorry, I was going to do 2x, wasn't I? Let's say 2x minus 3 power 4. So again, I write down the entries on row number 4. They are 1, what's next? 4, 6, 4, 1. Okay. Just like before, I start with the first one here. So that will be 2x. 2x, not x, 2x. And write those in. But I'll need to put brackets to be careful, okay? So 2x, 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 and 2x. I don't think, I'm just going to move this over to make more space. 2x. And what was here? 1. Okay. Now, what power should I put here? 4. Or 0. It doesn't matter. You can start at any. So, just to be different, let me start at 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Next, I look at here. That's a tree. So I put in all my trees. Tree, 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 and tree. Okay. Now, if I use 0 here, what power do I need here? 4. So 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Next, and finally, I look at what's in the middle. It's a minus. Now, what happens with minus is this. Let me change that. Your first sign you write is minus, but then it switches to plus, minus, and plus. So the minus alternates the signs, they swap. Okay, now if you want to see why, what you could do is write this out as 4 brackets. You could multiply out the 4 brackets and you could see the signs go plus, minus, or you could believe me. Perfectly fine if you don't want to believe me. So I say to you, take out the 4 brackets and multiply them out. This times this, then your answer times this, then your answer times this. You will see you'll get the same thing. Okay, now we really need to clean this up and then we're finished. So, 2x power 0, 1. 1 times 1, 1. 3 times 4, 81. So, at the front, I've got 81. Okay. Now, 3 cubed, what's that? 27. 27 times 2 times 4. What's that, please? 216. And it's x power 1, so just x, okay. Now, 3 squared, 9. 9 times 6, 54. 2 squared, 4. And 4 times 54, 216.
216.
Thank you. X squared. Okay. 2 cubed. Come on. 8 times 4, 32. 32 times 3, 96. And x power 3. Right, finally, 2 power 4, 16. 3 power 0, 16 times 1, 16. X power 4. Sorry, that's a 0 if you can't quite see here. You cold? I don't think you're the only one. Okay. Do you have this taken down? Yes? Now, for a few minutes, I'll tell you what. In number 1, what I wanted you to do was not use Pascal's triangle. Oh, by the way, that name of that triangle I drew was Pascal's triangle, but that's the title on it, so I'm sure you figured that out by yourself. So, in number 1, I don't want you to use the triangle. I wanted you to just multiply. Okay? Forget about it. So you don't need to do number 1. Okay? What I'd like you to do is ABC from 2, 3, and 4. Okay? ABC from 2, 3, and 4. And you can start that now.